It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in today's video, I want to talk about Nexters, Hero Wars on Facebook, Hero Wars Web, and Hero Wars Mobile, adding things faster than this game is really capable of. Now, what do I mean by that? So, recently, and I'm recording this video. This is my Facebook version of the game, but this applies to mobile as well. So stick around, both of you, all two of you watching. so there's roughly 4 heroes released every year. We had who did we add? We had Corvus Morgan, we had Yasmin, we had Isaac on Facebook, and then we had the Alvanor Elf, on mobile, and of those 4 heroes, they're pretty strong. They're pretty strong heroes. Corvus and Morgan made a splash, countering Kira teams in a way. Morgan counters Astaroth and Rufus, in a way, pretty well negating one of their primary skills. Here on Facebook, we've got Yasmin that that doesn't necessarily target the hero that maybe you want them to target, but the hero on mobile, Yasmin, is like a buzzsaw. Like, okay, so Yasmin on both games is actually pretty strong right now, considerably strong. And if you didn't have a Helios or similar counter leveled up, then you were in a lot of trouble. You were in a lot of trouble. And then Isaac, right? Alvanor, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure that Alvanor had the splash that Isaac did. Isaac just counters mages, counters debuffs. Isaac is amazing. You should be leveling up Isaac. If you play on Facebook and web, you should be investing in Isaac. No questions asked. So, what exactly is the problem? Well, this game takes a while. It's more of a marathon than a sprint. And indeed, I've mentioned this a couple of times. It's more about resource management. That is, making sure that you're being the most efficient possible with all of your resources. It's more about that than it's actually about playing the game at times. Sure, there are some strategy. Sure, there are some events that happen every now and then. But when it really comes down to it, it's about getting that team of 5 heroes or, 5 titans or whatever to the point that you're competitive. And how are you going to be competitive if they release a new hero once every quarter that you have to have, or that counters your team? How can you stay competitive in a game where it takes so long to max out a hero, or get to the high to late game of a hero, not even max the hero out, and or costing potentially $1,000 to $3,000? So I put a poll out a little while ago, and I'd be interested for you guys to go check it out. Basically, I put out there, I was asking how long ago people started playing Hero Wars Mobile, and how long it took them to get their first maxed hero. Some of you have been playing for 2 years and still don't have a maxed hero. Some of you have been playing for less than a year and have a maxed out hero. Obviously, this is a pay-to-play / pay-to-win game. Some of you are willing to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month, and that's fine. If that's how you want to play the game, that is fine. But what if? Let's talk about the problem, like the real problem with this game and how fast they're releasing the content, just to kind of illustrate a little bit better that they're releasing stuff too fast for this slow, grindy game. Imagine, let me paint you a word picture. And well, I guess I'm showing you a video as well. Imagine you're a Twins player. Imagine you're leveling up some Twins. Let me find my Lars Klista here. I got Krista here, and I got Lars. Maybe I'm leveling up maybe it's a classic like Astaroth, Jorgen Celeste team. Never mind the pet. We're talking about, what if this is your team? Okay, we are talking about Facebook right here. What if, how about what if we did like the Martha variant instead? What if we did this version? Or, this is becoming more and more common right here. What if you spent $100 a month working on this team? What if you spent $500 a month working on this team? How long will it take you to max out all 5 of these heroes? Again, a very small population of you have already answered my poll, and you've stated that it's taken you, a year to 2 to 3 years to max out your first hero. And obviously you're leveling up 5 to 7 to 8 heroes at a time. So once that first one hits, the other 4 are pretty close. They're not, I wouldn't say 75% of the way, maybe 50 to 60% of the way to being maxed out. Once you maxed out that first hero, you could max all 5 of them together, but that would just take so long. So you spent, let's say you spend $10 a month. Let's say you spend $5 a month. Okay. And the amount of money you spend directly correlates into the time reduction, the time investment, and how long it takes to max out a hero. Some of you are saying that you're free to play and you've able to max out a hero in 2 years. That takes extreme discipline to not level up anything else other than your main heroes. Extreme discipline. And not many people are like that. I'm certainly not like that. Of course, I'm playing roughly, 5 to 7 accounts right now. Let's say you spent $1. Okay, but let's just say for the sake of easy math, you spend $10 a month. You spend $10 a month, and it takes you 2 years. Okay, that's $240, right? $120 a year, $240 for 2 years. It takes you 2 years and $240 to max out one of your heroes. Maybe you max out both of the twins. Maybe you max out your tank and Krista, or maybe you max out, Martha and Lars. Whatever. And then Nexters is like, hey guys, check out this new hero. He's awesome. Check him out. He's amazing. You know what he does? He silences everything. Where's my Isaac? Here we go. Silences everything. Yeah, but that's okay. We can counter that because he only silences on his ultimate. No. He can gain charge. It's a little different from energy. It's charge. He can gain charge a little faster using his green ability. Oh, that's okay. We can counter that. But wait. The thing that charges his or increases his gain of charge or gain of energy or whatever you want to call it is magic damage. So wait a second. You're telling me that my twins team, my magic damage focused team, is going to get silenced every time Isaac uses his ultimate, and he's going to get silenced more frequently, or they're going to get silenced more frequently because he's going to get ultimate more. Because whenever my Lars and Krista are not silenced, or Orion Helios or Satori, whenever they're not silenced, they're doing magic damage to Isaac, which is charging his energy bar or energizing his charge bar, whatever, charging it faster. So that $240 over the course of 2 years, that hurts. Now imagine you spent $500 a month. Imagine you spend $100 a month. $100 a month is $2,400 in 2 years. Maybe you max out with $100. I don't know what the ratio is, guys. It's based on when you started playing. Does your team include heroes that have had hero events? Have they been reworked? So when stuff like this happens, Isaac gets introduced and people start throwing a fit because their main team is hard countered by this hero. And you can make the argument, and this is the counter argument, by the way. Here we're going to dig into the counter argument side of things right now. You can make the argument that it's going to take X amount of months to get the Isaac up to the level that to counter your twins team. You could argue that the counter for twins you have as an equal amount of time to level up to counter that Isaac, or that Anvari if you're a Kark team, or that Corvus if you're a Kira team, or that Rufus if you're a Orion Dorian Helios team. You have the ample opportunity to do that, and you do. You honestly do. But maybe it's not so apparent. Maybe it's not so apparent what the Isaac counter is. How long does it take to figure out that Phobos is a hard counter to Sebastian? Took long enough. How long does it take really before Isaac is effective? Is he effective at Violet +2? Is he effective at Orange +3? Is he effective at just Violet +1? I would imagine he needs to at least have all of his glyphs unlocked in order for him to start being effective. But his skills, his silence will land if he's max level, regardless of the level of his artifacts, regardless of the level of his glyphs. That silence will land. The more damage he takes is the charge gain is based on his health. So even if his health is lower, he'll essentially gain the charge faster. Guys, this is a problem, and I don't really know how to fix it. I don't, and I don't think that it will ever get fixed. The nature of the game has kind of built itself into a little hole. There's nothing that can be really done about it whenever you take a hard look at it. They can't not release new content. People will be bored. People will, everybody will complain about how powerful the twins are, how powerful Kark teams are, how powerful Ishmael is, because that was a thing. And are they expected to just do nothing? Release another Skinstone event? Release another, I don't know, Winterfest event with a couple of new skins? Will new skins fix it? I don't know. Skins are $20. That's something else. And it wouldn't be so bad if they all weren't directly countering popular archetypes, if they were just, another type of physical damage dealer or another type of magical damage dealer, but it seems like the last handful of heroes that have been released, have been support heroes. Now, obviously, Corvus is not necessarily a support hero, but he does counter area of effect teams pretty effectively, counters Kira pretty effectively. You've got Morgan that's a support. You got Isaac and Alvanor that are, I guess Alvanor is more of a mage than a support, but still he's more of a complementary hero. And of course you have, going back a little bit further, you've got Sebastian and Vari. Those are both supports. You can use them as kind of a tank, or, I guess Sebastian doesn't really have any other role. But those are support heroes. If we just released maybe straight damage dealers, maybe not necessarily completely boring tanks, but tanks that didn't have such a game-breaking ability to counter existing teams, maybe it would be fun. And then the other part of the argument is our shiny object syndrome. Our shiny object syndrome, where we just have to level up the newest, greatest thing because we just think it's the most amazing thing in the world. It gets hyped out of proportion. People start considering all of the new heroes to be a step above, or maybe more steps above the existing heroes, which is certainly not the case. Like they playtest these. They have to. They make too much money each month to not playtest these heroes. They have to. So if we didn't jump on everything new immediately, and if we didn't have necessarily new heroes that countered entire archetypes of heroes, there's tons of people that had never planned on leveling up Helios because, critical hit teams weren't that popular. And now that Yasmin's on the scene, you have to level up Helios. You have to. Yeah. So I don't know, guys, just a little bit of a rant here on Wednesday. I hope you all are being very healthy and wealthy and wise and all that craziness. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.